Combine some awesome electric music, shoot 'em up gameplay, and some challenging but dance-centric sequences, and you get one of the best music games I've played in recent time. That's just Shapes and Beats, and it feels to me like the spiritual successor to one of my favorite music games out there, Sound Shapes. Made solely by a small team of 3 indie developers, Just Shapes and Beats will take you on a chaotic but also exhilarating ride. It's available now on the Nintendo Switch and PC for $20. Just Shapes and Beats doesn't have a written out narrative per se, instead it's all visual based. You play as this small square being. One day a giant monster colored completely in pink attacks your world and friends, completely changing the world and taking you away from your home. Now the world looks nothing like it used to, completely segmented and altered. It's up to you to track down this giant monster, all while reconnecting your once beautiful home. Though it's certainly not a grand story, I thought it was presented in an incredible way. The game's opening that introduces us to the premise is one of the best I've seen, especially in an indie game like this. I don't want to show too much of it, but you'll certainly hear more about it in the visual section of this review. Just Shapes and Beats is a game all about great party music, fun-paced action, and a lot of trial and error. During a traditional level, you'll control the little square over a black background. Controlling this little shape, you don't really have a lot of actions to do. You can move in any direction and press one of the face buttons to perform a dash. The dash almost works like a teleportation of sorts, where you essentially phase through objects that would normally kill you. It's pretty simple and the foundation of this game. Throughout any given level, you'll see pink obstacles appear, and much like the red shapes and sound shapes, you'll have to avoid these at all costs or you'll die. Luckily, things don't just appear out of nowhere. The game slowly transitions in the opacity of these obstacles before fully phasing them in and making them dangerous. While this does help you recognize where you'll have to avoid the upcoming obstacles, you have to continuously pay attention to the obstacles currently in action, certainly adding on to the challenge of the game. That's the blanket overview of the gameplay, but boy does it get convoluted and chaotic. Like an Undertale battle system turned up to 1000%, you'll constantly be managing what's in front of you while also considering what's to come. It's an exhilarating experience that has your anxiety levels rising while making you laugh at your own frustration in the process. It's challenging fun. Now all of these levels, 35 songs in total, are designed around the music in the game. Each level has a song assigned to them, and the obstacles on screen are completely in sync to the music playing in the background. It works incredibly well and flowed flawlessly, often making me get lost in the music. The best levels were always the boss fights that proved to be the most difficult levels, but also the most satisfying to finish. Normal levels give you checkpoints that are represented at the top of the screen on this little timeline bar. If you die, you'll respawn to the last checkpoint until you die a total of 3 times and are forced to restart the level. There aren't any checkpoints or boss fights, though you do get more health, so more chances to get hit before actually losing one of your 3 lives. As for the content, you get a total of 4 game modes to play through, providing similar content, though in multiple variations that add on replay value. The story mode breaks up the 35 songs into sections on a world map. It's pretty straightforward, guiding you through the map with every level you beat. The challenge mode is my personal favorite game mode. You can think of this as the shuffle mode that throws 3 choices at you of a level, and at the end you fight a boss. You can play this mode locally on the couch with up to 4 people, 4 random people online, up to 4 friends online, or via local wireless play with multiple systems if you're playing on a Switch. It's incredibly easy for you just to jump online and play with others, certainly getting lost for a few hours. Playing this challenge mode can also earn you points that could then be used to unlock new songs in the playlist mode. This is the third game mode that's a bit more organized. You can choose a selection of songs that you've unlocked either via story mode or the challenge mode and order them into a playlist to play alone or with friends. It's the perfect setup to play your favorite levels in any given order. Lastly, there's Party Mode. It's basically this game's casual mode that gives you levels to complete more for the sake of enjoying the music without having to worry too much about the challenge. While I personally didn't mess with it too much, it's a nice feature for those of you still adjusting to the game, and there's a casual mode toggle in the story mode too. Though I wish there was a bit more songs in the game's library, the developer's website suggests that more are coming. I found the 35 tracks to be of high quality, with none of them really letting me down either in level design or just how good the song was alone. At the $20 price tag, the amount of songs in this game may be a bit more difficult for some gamers to swallow, but I had no issue replaying them with friends on the couch or strangers online. My enjoyment of them didn't get lower just because I played them more than once. Though this game's general design is simple, it's absolutely stunning. Everything was animated so smoothly and ran in sync with the bumping music in the background. Sure, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, this is literally just shapes and beats, but damn, they've never looked better. Like I said earlier in this review, there's an elaborate opening to this game that I really don't want to ruin. It's something you'll have to see for yourself. You'll even find the occasional video game reference in some of the songs that made me laugh in amusement the first time I saw them. Whether you're playing this on the computer monitor, docked on a TV, or on the go with the Switch, the game scales beautifully on any display. There were some bugs I ran into though that I want to take note of. Once after a respawn with a boss fight, the map in the story mode failed to load properly. It did eventually fix itself though once I entered the boss fight again. Another issue I found was with the loading screen. I once had the game loop on me while I waited for a level to load. Luckily the issue was fixed with a quick restart of the game and it never happened again. I'm happy to report that with a game that's entirely revolved around music and beats, it nails the soundtrack and the level design in sync to it perfectly. In my 10 plus hours of playing it, not once did I get tired of the music and just shapes and beats. The artist list ranges from EDM to chiptune with over 20 in total. To fully enjoy it all, it's really a game I recommend playing with a pair of headphones and a nice dim-lighted room. Get yourself lost in the chaos with a stellar and thrilling music selection. You can actually find it all on Spotify too, which I highly recommend you do so. Just Shapes and Beats is one of the best music games I've played, filling me with the same joy I got from first playing Sound Shapes on the PlayStation Vita. It sucks that I ran into those two bugs while playing, but they were small blemishes on an otherwise great 10 plus hours. The sound selection was riveting and the level design, though challenging, was irresistible to put down. Just Shapes and Beats proved not only to be a great game to get lost in alone, but also with friends locally or online. The $20 price tag might be a bit steep for some gamers with the amount of songs in this game, but even then I feel like I've gotten enough fun out of that $20 to recommend this game. The developer's website lists an email for music artists to submit their own songs for possible post content, and I really hope they follow through that because I really want to play more of this game. That does it for my review of Just Shapes and Beats for the Nintendo Switch and the PC. If you have any questions about the game or games that are coming out in the future you want me to review, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, then drop it a like, subscribe for more content just like this, and consider sharing the video with your friends online. It helps more people find out about the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.